Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a classic folktale that explores the timeless battle between greed and honesty. It's got it all: a poor farmer, a cruel moneylender, and, yeah, even a little touch of magic. So, let's kick things off with this one powerful line from our story's villain, the moneylender, Seth Harilal. This quote, it tells you everything you need to know about his worldview, and it really sets the stage for the big clash of values we're about to see. All right, so our story gets started in the village of Rottenpur. And right away, we meet two characters who are living in completely different worlds, but their fates are about to get tangled up in a big way. So on one side, you've got Ramu. He's a poor but hardworking farmer, living in a tiny mud hut with his wife, Sarla. And then you've got Seth Harilal, this cunning, greedy moneylender. And get this, when Ramu says he's already paid off his debt, the Seth just says, nope, the interest went up. He demands 5 times the original amount. But even with all that pressure, the crushing poverty and the Seth's cruel threats, Ramu's spirit, it's not broken. He holds on to who he is, his integrity, and his love for his wife, Sarla. He's determined to find some way, any way, to bring her just a little bit of joy. Okay, so this is where things get really nasty. It's not enough for the Seths to just squeeze Ramu for money. Oh no. He decides to cook up this devious plot that's designed to completely destroy the farmer's world. So here's his plan. It's cold, it's calculated, and it happens in 3 simple steps. And this really gives you a window into how unchecked greed can just completely poison someone's mind. He doesn't even see Ramu as a person anymore, just a pawn in his game, to be used and thrown away. So the very next morning, the Seth puts on this big act, pretending to be shocked, and immediately points the finger at Ramu. And just like that, because Ramu is poor, he easily turns the entire village against him. Ramu and Sarla are begging, they're pleading, trying to tell everyone they're innocent. But it's no use. The crowd, all whipped up by the Seth, they don't listen. They're driven out of their own home, their names ruined, and forced into exile. So now Ramu's journey takes this huge, dramatic turn. He's cast out from the only world he's ever known, and he enters this sort of special world, the forest, where the normal rules just don't apply. I mean, really, put yourself in his shoes for a second. He's all alone, he's hungry, he's lost literally everything, and the entire village is convinced he's a thief. The situation looks absolutely hopeless. And right when it seems like he's about to give up, Ramu runs into a sadhu, a holy man. You've seen this character before, right? It's the classic mentor figure who always shows up at the hero's lowest point to offer some kind of cryptic but super important clue. The sadhu tells him something just incredible. There's a cursed black cat in the forest, and it saw the whole crime go down. This animal, he says, is the one and only key to finding the truth and clearing Ramu's name. Okay, so now Ramu has a mission, a real quest. That little bit of hope is restored. He has to find this magical cat, expose the Seths, and finally bring justice back to his village. So after searching and searching, Ramu finds the black cat. And then something amazing happens. The cat speaks to him in a human voice. The story makes a really interesting point here. This magic only works for him because he has a pure heart. His honesty is literally his superpower. And this is where the climax just picks up speed. Ramu comes back to the village, but this time he's not begging. He has proof. And things happen fast. Boom, the cat testifies in front of everyone. Boom, the crowd is stunned and searches the Seth's house. Boom, they find the jewelry. By evening, Ramu's honor is totally restored. So Ramu's name is cleared, but the story's not over. Not by a long shot. His reward is going to be something way beyond just getting his reputation back. His incredible integrity is about to be repaid in a way that is truly magical. All of a sudden, the talking cat transforms, and in its place is a beautiful Apsara, a celestial being from the heavens. She explains that she was cursed to live as a cat until she to help a truly good and honest human. So by proving his own innocence, Ramu actually set her free too. So as a reward, the Apsara leads him to a magical tree from heaven and tells him only an honest person can eat its fruit. Ramu takes a bite. And on his way home, he finds that his little broken-down hut, it's gone. And in its place is this incredible, magnificent house. But here's the kicker, and this is probably the most important part of the whole story. The wealth doesn't change Ramu one bit. It just goes to show you, right?
Money doesn't create character, it just reveals it. He remembers what the Apsara said, to always be kind, and he uses his new fortune to help anyone in need.
All right, so the story is wrapping up, and it brings our two main characters to their, well, let's just say, their very different final fates. This is where the central theme gets hammered home. Of course, the Seth sees all this, and he is just consumed by jealousy. He finds the magical tree and demands its fruit. But get this, the tree itself speaks to him and denies him. The magic in this story isn't just random, it's like a moral judge. And this really just lays it all out, doesn't it? We see Ramu's honesty and his kindness lead to this incredible reward. Then you have Seth Harilal, whose greed and arrogance lead to his own destruction. When he threatens to cut the tree down, a spark flies out and turns both him and his servant to ash. It's a direct result of their actions. So what's the big lesson here? It's pretty clear, right? The story is basically saying that while greed and lies might look like a shortcut to getting what you want, they're toxic and they just lead to ruin in the end. It's the path of integrity, even when it's super difficult, that has real, enduring strength. And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to chew on. The story suggests that even though the path of truth is hard, victory is basically guaranteed. But in our own, much more complicated world, does honesty really always win so cleanly? That's definitely something worth thinking about.